All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another live stream talking about the latest Chelsea news that's going on. Do you know what? We have wasted enough time talking about Jules Kounde. It's time to move on. I'm ready to move on from it. I'm fed up. Right now, in my mind, I've already pictured Jules Kounde playing for Barcelona. So I don't care what happens from here on in. If somehow miraculously he becomes a Chelsea player, so be it. But it is so hot at the moment. The fact that he's going to be a Barcelona player is not even funny. So I don't care what Fabrizio has to say. I don't care what any one of our journalists has to say. At the end of the day, Gerard Romero is the prime man for anything in regards to Barcelona news, anything in regards to Jules Kounde at the moment. So for me, it's over. I don't even want to think about Jules Kounde. Forget about Jules Kounde, ladies and gentlemen. Forget about Jules Kounde. We need to move on. And in this transfer window, we have wasted too much time. We have wasted way too much time. But do you know what? It's not really our fault. It's not really Todd Bowley's fault. It's not really Thomas Tuchel's fault. I mean, Todd Bowley is having to come up against some of the most experienced, notorious European figureheads in the likes of Laporte, Almeni, Monchi, the Inter Milan people. It's not easy. Todd Bowley is learning on the job. So it is what it is. We move on from it, and now we focus on Milan Skriniar, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start focusing on Milan Skriniar, because I actually think he potentially may be even better than Jules Kounde in the right side. Even though I wanted Jules Kounde in my mind, I had Jules Kounde. Pape Morata. You're right, Sai Krishna. In my mind, I had Jules Kounde as the most perfect RCB. But if you really stop for a moment and think about Milan Skriniar, think about what Inter Milan has been doing, especially last season as well. I only watched Inter Milan in the Champions League, and Milan Skriniar was a sensational player. Do you know what I mean? He's in his final year. So either we get him or he gets a contract extension. Valan's already hot on the heels. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. Not interested in Skriniar, especially with Milan. I hear you. I completely hear you, Valan. I understand where you're coming from. I'm hurt with Inter Milan. They've hurt me. So many clubs have hurt me, ladies and gentlemen. So many clubs that have hurt us, all of us. But maybe there could be something here. That we can do. So give me one second. I've got an important message. I just need to go there. One second, guys. For me, ladies and gentlemen, I know we've all been hurt with Inter Milan. I've been hurt with Inter Milan, but there could be something that may be possible over here with Milan Skriniar. He's in his final year. So as I said, either it's a contract extension, or let me just bring this up for you guys. So this is Milan Skriniar's situation at the moment. So as you can see, he contract expires June 30th, 2023. This is it. I don't know how Inter Milan are asking for a lot of money. Apparently, this is the reason why PSG are sort of moving away from this, because they're asking somewhere around 70 million. But do you know what? We're going to have to pay overs. We're going to have to pay overs now, because we're running out of time and we need defenders. We at least need one defender. I think it needs to be a right-sided defender. I'm not really sure about the left side. I think at the end of the day, Koulibaly can definitely be a LCB. There's no doubt about that. But for me, right side, Chalobah definitely needs some competition, man. I mean, yes, I rate Chalobah, but there are mistakes in him. There's no hiding away from that. I know he recently did a mistake against Arsenal, but it's not just that. There were plenty of mistakes last season as well. And I know he's a youngster. He's going to have those mistakes, and slowly, hopefully, he will develop into the kind of defender that we think he can be. But I think he definitely needs some sort of competition, and Milan Skriniar will be more than enough competition. Not just competition. At the end of the day, Milan Skriniar will start, and someone like Chalobah can learn from Milan Skriniar. Look at this, 27 years old. It's a good age as well, 188 centimeters, 1.88 meters tall, so tallish defender, so taller than Jules Kounde. And yeah, his contract expires 2023. Right-sided player as well. I personally think we need a right-sided player. Now, there are rumors in the transfer market that we're looking for either Kimpembe or Vardiol, they're left-sided players. I mean, do we need a left-sided player or do we need a right-sided player? Live chat, let me know. Over 200 people have tuned in after 6 minutes. Smash the like button. Get those likes up to 200 immediately. We are now running wild towards 15,000 subscribers. So let's get to those likes. Get 200 likes immediately. And let me know, do we need a right-sided player or a left-sided player? I personally think we need a right-sided player. Lewa Colwell could be the backup for Koulibaly. That's how I'm looking at it. And then there's Malang Sarr as well. I don't know whether Malang Sarr is leaving. In fact, I don't know, man. Malang Sarr hasn't been that bad in this preseason, if I'm being absolutely honest. I'm not advocating for him to stay. I would rather see him go. But maybe as a backup, Malang Sarr is probably not a bad thing. London is blue. Hey, Miz, I don't trust Nizar Kinsella no more. To be honest, I don't trust him. But forget about trusting him for a second. Think about who else is possible out there. Who else is possible out there? There's only a handful of good defenders left. I mean, Milan Skriniar is one of them. Milan Skriniar is a top-notch defender. Let's be honest about that. Then there's Vardiol. I don't know too much about Vardiol. Upamecano, yes. Bayern Munich obviously getting De Ligt. Is Upamecano up for grabs? Perhaps. He could possibly play on the right side as well. You're right, he could. He also tends to have a bit of mistakes here and there, I feel like. For me, Milan Skriniar is a good shout. Is a very, very good shout, man. I see a few people are saying Mukiel. Mukiel, that's not happening. Apparently, it's all false. No one is hijacking Mukiel. So I didn't even know about this player anyway. So yeah, I don't think this is happening at all. Shubra, good to see you. Inter might not sell Skriniar. They were unable to get Bremer. Yes, that is very, very true. That is true. But what are they going to do with 1 year left? One more year left. Does Milan Skriniar actually sign a contract extension? Is there a contract extension? One thing, Shubra, we do need to understand is Inter Milan needs money, man. They are financially in a lot of strife. The pandemic has hit them hard. They need money. And this is why they were open to sell someone like Milan Skriniar if they can get enough cash. Now, I think they were asking for about 70 million euros from PSG, and PSG are not coughing that up. PSG now keeping Kimpembe. There's going to be a domino effect here. If Milan Skriniar goes, then Kimpembe is going to... So if Milan Skriniar, let's say, goes to PSG, then Kimpembe is leaving PSG. So then Kimpembe is going to be up for grabs. Either way, something of a domino situation could happen. Now, they could all possibly just stay where they are. That is a possibility. But we know as Chelsea Football Club, we need another defender. We need another defender. And right now for me, forget about Jules Kounde. That ain't happening. It's got to be Milan Skriniar, the next best target, unless you're going to get Vardiol. But Vardiol is a left-sided player. This is what I want to ask you guys. Live chat, 250 of you guys nearly at the moment live. Tell me, is it a left-sided CB that we need or the right-sided CB? Or do we need both? Do we need both? Please let me know. Let me just do a poll, actually. Let me do a poll. do Chelsea need a RCB or a LCB? And RCB, LCB, and I'm going to have another option, both. All right. There we go. It's live at the moment. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Participate on that poll. Both. Some people are saying both. Some are saying right side. Some are saying left side as well. You guys are all confused as well. Confused like me. Miss, do you think Tuchel survives this season? Oof. I think it does. I think it does. Look, it may get a bit sticky, icky if we finish outside of top 4. But look, do you know what? I have to be honest. At the end of the day, these are not Thomas Tuchel players. I think when you look at Dortmund days, when you look at PSG days, Thomas Tuchel has a set of principle as to how he attacks. And these attackers are not good 1v1. They're just not good 1v1. And until Thomas Tuchel gets his players up front, look, he's got Sterling, so that's good news. He needs to get another right-sided player and a striker. So we'll do a video soon. I mean, you guys would have seen what I talked about in my last video. I talked about Zaha. I talked about Ivan Toney. You know, these are possible some targets. I mean, all the good ones are gone. We need to forget all the good ones are gone. So, you know, we can't be, you know, somewhat arrogant about, oh, Ivan Toney, Chelsea, that doesn't sound like a Chelsea player to me. You know, Wilfried Zaha, Chelsea. I mean, we have to humble ourselves. We have to humble ourselves. Look, I personally don't think Thomas Tuchel gets the sack this season. If he comes within top 4, then he's set. He's good to go. If he falls outside of top 4, it could get a bit sticky, but I think he may be given another chance because at the end of the day, these are not his players. It's tough circumstances we're living in. There's so many players that want to leave Chelsea Football Club. They need to be gone, and then only we can start judging. You know how I feel. Like I personally think we should get a lot more out of our attackers, but maybe they're not good enough. Maybe they're just not good enough. But thank you so much for the super chat. Fofana, Guéhi, Kilman, Webster, interesting shout. Okay, Fofana I like a lot, but Leicester is not going to give him for cheap. I think he just signed a contract extension last season as well. That player ain't going to be cheap, man. I'm talking about in the at least 60, 70, 80 million pounds. Guéhi, I mean, how foolish are we going to look again, right? Getting back one of our players. I've got no problems in getting Guéhi. Mark Guéhi is very, very good, but Crystal Palace is now Crystal Palace captain. How much do you think Mark Guéhi is worth in the market, ladies and gentlemen? How much do you think Mark Guéhi is worth in this Premier League market? I think he's at least 50 million pounds player. 50 million pounds defender. Can you imagine? We sold him for about, what, 17 million? And we're going to get him back for 50. Just classic Chelsea, man. Kilman's a good shout, but I think he's an LCB. I personally think we need an RCB. Some of you guys are saying that we need a LCB. But Kilman, I think he's right-footed, so he could possibly play on the right side as well. So that could be an interesting shout. Webster, yeah, from Brighton is another good shout as well. But yeah, for me, Milan Skriniar, man. Milan Skriniar would be, in terms of ball-playing centre-backs, in terms of someone playing in the RCB role, in terms of someone moving into sort of that midfield area and looking for vertical passing. I mean, have a look at how Inter Milan plays with those back three: Bastoni, Skriniar. I don't remember who's the mid. Oh, De Vrij, Steven De Vrij. They are ball playing defenders, man. They're proper ball playing defenders. So I like Milan Skriniar. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about Milan Skriniar. Do you rate him? Do you not rate him? What sort of money would you be looking to pay for him? Look, he's in his final year in the contract, so and we have a bitter-sweet relationship with Inter Milan in the likes of Lukaku. So I'm sure we can try and find a level ground. NS Sports, Nippon, thank you so much for the super chat. Do you think we will get a director of football? We will get a director of football. It just might not happen in this window. So, but eventually enough, we will get a director of football. Declan in Ireland, good to see you, my man. Hit the like button, guys. Let's get to 100 straight away. Yes, over 300 people live right now. Let's get to 100 likes and beyond. Let's get to 200 likes immediately. I want to hear from you guys about Milan Skriniar. Inter are going to rob us anyway, rather Bastoni than. Bastoni is apparently staying, man. I would rather Bastoni as well, but he's another left-sided player. But look, he's probably a left-sided player that you would happily take. He's a very good left-sided player. Extremely good with ball-playing ability. I saw him against Liverpool. I swear Bastoni was so good in the Champions League match. And we could possibly then have Koulibaly on the right. So, yeah, but I think Bastoni is staying. Bastoni is now staying. Skriniar, yeah, 60 million. It roughly comes out to be about 60 million, doesn't it? 70 million euros. So why not? Why not? Only me Fofana. Okay, people are talking about Fofana. Let's have a look at Fofana. Let's have a look at Wesley Fofana, because this player ain't going to be cheap. This player ain't going to be cheap. Okay, Wesley Fofana. Look at this. Look at this. I told you last season, right? A few minutes ago, I said he signed a contract extension. June 30th, 2027. But this player is not coming to Chelsea Football Club. Simple as that. 2027, man. He's got 5 years left in his contract. No way this is happening. This is what I said. He signed a contract extension last year. 21 years old. He's the future for Leicester City. This is not happening. I'll tell you right now, this is not happening. I'll be shocked if this happens. And if it does happen, it's going to be something ridiculous. Definitely not 40 million euros. Transfer market's on some smoke, man. They're smoking something stupid. Leicester's going to charge minimum 70 million pounds. Minimum 70 million pounds. For a 21-year-old, yes, he's had one great season in the Premier League, and the other season, last season, he was injured. And we need to still find out how he comes back from that injury. It's very, very important. So I'd be looking at that with some sort of concern. Are we willing to buy back Ake? Might as well bite the bullet and pay 40 million. Look, Man City ain't selling him. So that boat has shipped. That boat has shipped. That particular player has gone. What you guys are saying now? Tomori, Ziyech going to Milan anyway, could use him in the deal. Tomori is a figurehead of AC Milan now. You're going to have to pay overs for Tomori as well. Tomori knocked over AC Milan captain over there in Romagnoli, to a point where Romagnoli is now leaving AC Milan. Do you think the way Maldini talks about Tomori, do you think Tomori is leaving AC Milan? No way, man. No way. He's a big dog over there. Tomori is going to cost a lot of money as well. You know AC Milan's going to ask for a hell of a lot of money. He's not up for sale. That's it. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's get Frankie de Jong. Xavi rates him as a CB. Do you know what? It's funny how a lot of people didn't see Frankie de Jong as a defensive midfielder, as a register. Look, Xavi rates him as a CB. And Ryan, when I used to speak to Ryan, all the time when I speak to him, Ryan has said Frankie de Jong has played for Ajax in CB as well. Like, not always, but he has played for Ajax in CB. So he knows how to play that role. This is why don't fall into the trap of what all the hipsters say in social media. Frankie de Jong is very well versed in playing these sort of roles, man. Especially at the DM. I wouldn't mind seeing Frankie de Jong playing for Chelsea Football Club. And now there's talks about Frankie de Jong possibly taking a 50% pay cut to stay at Barcelona. I don't know what they're doing in Barcelona, man. They're hypnotizing all the players out there, man. They really are. Digital Films Review. TT's comments are disappointing. Why would incoming targets come here when our manager is so willing to throw players under the bus? And when he keeps saying we are a mess, keep it private, TT. Yeah, look, man. You got a point, my man. You do have a point. I mean, how these players are gonna now. I mean, they're already probably already demotivated, and then on top of that, when you hear Thomas Tuchel say that, look, us fans, we love it. We love the honesty. But I'm just thinking it's probably detrimental for him. But this is probably why he wants these people to go as well. Do you know what I mean? Um, he just wants to make it public so the players know too that leave Chelsea Football Club ASAP. Um, Maybe once he gets his players, he won't do this anymore. And look, there's been several times where Thomas Tuchel has protected his players as well, man. He has. How many times has he protected Callum Hudson-Odoi? I know he's thrown Callum into under the bus too, but he's protected Callum Hudson-Odoi many times. He's done that with several players, man. He's done that with Jorginho. He's done that with Rudiger, Kovacic. So look, he's doing it because there are certain players that he doesn't like and they need to go. And I think one of the main ones at the moment is Timo Werner. He doesn't like Timo Werner. Miz, let's get Umtiti and help Barca. Nah, man. Umtiti's stocks have fallen massively. He can't even get a transfer to. I think where was it? He's trying to go to Turkey or France. I can't remember, but he can't even get a transfer out, man. There's not. Injuries have killed him. Injuries have absolutely killed him. Frankie de Jong wants to stay at Barcelona. Yep. Another player that does not want to leave Barcelona, even though he's getting mistreated by Barcelona, doesn't want to leave Barcelona. There is some mad juju going on in Barcelona, man. Throw them under the bus. 100% agree with Tuchel. Yeah. Do you know what? I was just thinking, the whole Jules Kounde situation, why doesn't Chelsea Football Club just withdraw the offer? Do you know what? We're not going to get Jules Kounde. We might as well be the villain in this situation. Why should we sit there and wait for Barcelona to match our fee so that Sevilla gets all this money? Do you know what? No, Sevilla, Monchi, I want you to be in the mud. I really, really hope Todd Bowley just withdraws that deal for Jules Kounde, and then Barca pay half the price for Jules Kounde. It'll be perfect case scenario for Sevilla. It'll be mad scenario. Let Sevilla suffer and let get Barca Kounde for half the price. Half the price. I would love that. I would love that. We should just withdraw that deal, man. There's no reason for us to hang about. It just looks. We've been embarrassed. We've been embarrassed massively in this transfer window by Barcelona. Bad night, good to see you, my man. What I don't like is why we didn't give Val Gilmore, Angerin, Lewis Hall, etc. a chance in Premier preseason, at least instead of playing Alonso, Kennedy, Barkley. Hey, man, I said this a couple of videos ago. As much as I am willing to give Thomas Tuchel the pass in a lot of these things, at the end of the day, these are some of his decisions. He's the one who's taken Ross Barkley. He's the one who's taken Kennedy. He's the one who's taken Batshuayi. Why not take Gilmore? Why not take Vale? Why not? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they would have done better with the minutes provided in this preseason. And it's a shame that we didn't get to see Vale and Billy Gilmore, especially Vale and Billy Gilmore. I know you've put down Angerin, Lewis Hall. Look, Angerin, I knew he was going to go for another loan, and it's good that he's gone to Huddersfield. Hopefully he balls out. Hopefully he becomes, the best championship player over there. I need him to do well because Angerin is another very good player. Lewis Hall, I don't know what the case is. Maybe another season in the development squad. But yeah, Vale and Billy Gilmore is just how we gave time to Ross Barkley and Batshuayi and Kennedy. It's just mad. Sevilla, the villain, robbed us of Shua and Kounde. Yeah. Let's give it back to them. Let's give it back to them. I would love us to withdraw that Kounde deal because he ain't coming to us. And I then want Barcelona to pay half the price and just, put Sevilla in the mud. Todd should be ruthless. If the club accepts a proposal, we simply give the play and agent a deadline. Look, he's learning, I suppose, man. He's learning. You can't expect Todd Bowley to come in and just know everything about football, man. He's simply learning on the job. And look, as the time goes on, he will get more experience and he'll understand. And look, at the end of the day, we're going to hopefully get a director of football. We've already got a operational director, the Man City guy, Gilk, I can't remember, something joke. So he's going to look at the branding side of things. Hopefully we get a director of football who's going to look after the footballing side of things. And Todd Bowley can slowly but surely learn from all of these experience. That's all I'm going to say about that. Chelsea, you have to pay the money for quality players. And this is why I'm saying, look, there's not many big-time defenders out there left. And Milan Skriniar, Tom Glick. Oh, why do I keep forgetting this guy's name? Tom Glick. That's it. Yeah, there's not many big-time defenders left at the moment. Yeah, not many big-time defenders left at the moment. For me, Milan Skriniar is one big one that we can go for right now. And you're going to have to pay overs. You will have to pay overs. I know there's only one more season left for Milan Skriniar, but Inter Milan will need the money to buy another defender. So you know you're going to have to pay overs. So at least you're going to get a quality defender, man. Milan Skriniar is a quality defender and probably more suited than Jules Kounde in the RCB position. That's why I'm thinking. Okay, let's have a look at the poll. Ladies and gentlemen, 284 people have voted. Keep voting if you want to. And 52% of you guys are saying RCB is the position that we need. I want to ask you guys, how confident and how comfortable do you feel with Chalobah? Do you want Chalobah to be a regular starter or do you want Chalobah to get competition? I need some honest response from you guys. How did you feel about Chalobah's season last season? I thought he was fairly okay. Look, there were some mistakes, but he's learning on the job as well. He's developing. He's a youngster. But I feel like to trust Chalobah as the RCB from the get-go, I think that might be a bit of an issue. We do need solid competition for Chalobah, and I think Milan Skriniar would be more than a challenge for Chalobah. He would start. Pau Torres, Miz. Look, I don't mind Pau Torres, but there were a few times last season he looked passive, man. Good on the ball, but I don't picture him someone who can be in RCB position and drive the ball into midfield. Do you know what I mean? He's okay, but I think Milan Skriniar for me is much better. And as 52% of you guys, after 308 votes, are saying we need an RCB, 31% saying both. I think both is a bit of overkill. And only a small percentage is saying LCB. So I'm guessing you guys are all thinking Koulibaly could probably play LCB. Let's see what you guys have to say about Chalobah. Chalobah makes many mistakes. Chalobah makes top mistakes. I think that's what you're saying. Chal should be back up for RCB. Yep. Chalobah is a squad player. We should buy players who are willing to come to Chelsea. Man, I hear you, but there's not that many out there at the moment. We're in a bit of a mud. We need to get out of it. Chalobah has taken his poor form into this season. Look, I thought it was a semi-decent season last season. There were mistakes, I'm not going to lie, but there were moments where he was good as well. That Villarreal game, Super Cup, there were a couple of games against Brentford. There were a couple of games against Crystal Palace. He was very good. So, look, there were moments where he was good, man. Earlier on in the season, he was very good. Chalobah deserves a chance. At the same time, there should be a competition. Yeah, you're right. I believe there should be competition. Chalobah bench. Chalobah suits only as a backup. Chalobah is meh, bro. Can't challenge for the title with him starting day in, day out. Yeah, I think this is probably the truth. You need someone solid, and then Chalobah could be the backup, and then he eventually becomes that starter. I don't want him sold. I still rate him, but maybe he's not a starter at the moment. That's what I'm thinking. We should sell Chalobah. Look at how much Liverpool got for selling Brewster, Solanke, and Neco Williams. I don't know if we should sell Chalobah, man. I think Chalobah is a very good player, but for him to start day in, day out, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure about that. Wesley Fofana, 2027, man. 2027. He's got contract to Leicester. I'm not sure if this is actually going to happen. Chalobah still has a lot of mistakes in his game, still developing, needs someone more experienced and solid. This is why I'm thinking Milan Skriniar. Miz, we need depth, all competition, and 5 subs. Yes. Yes, and this is why I would not entertain selling Chalobah. I would keep Chalobah, but I need a high quality player to come in the RCB position. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about Reece James as RCB? I still think Reece James is our right wing back. Sometimes in RCB, I feel like Reece James goes to bed. Reece James is a beast. Last season he showed, and he can definitely play RCB. But I just feel like sometimes as RCB, he falls asleep. I think as a right wing back, he's superb. He knows where to operate, where his positioning is. Um, But there is also the case that Reece James gets injured a lot in the right wing back position. But let me know about Reece James. Where do you think you want to see Reece James predominantly? I think bottom line, we need a RCB, man. With Azpilicueta leaving, most likely, I mean, he needs to go. We shouldn't hold back Azpilicueta. And I think Azpilicueta will struggle another season in the Premier League. So we need RCB. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss, what about Eric Bailly? Besides injuries, good? Yeah, too erratic, man. I feel like there's mistakes in Eric Bailly. I wouldn't take him. A solid defender when he concentrates. Maybe he's a defender that Thomas Tuchel could get the best out of. But ultimately, I feel like he's mistake prone a lot. Bro, you really think we are signing players again? My days, our confidence as a fan is shattered so much that we don't even know whether we are signing another player again. Now we should be signing players. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to showcase you the latest that's going on before we wrap things up. So this is what was from Nizar Kinsella. Chelsea have lined up 3 alternative targets to Jules Kounde in Milan Skriniar, Presnel Kimpembe, and Josko Vardiol, but they're all imperfect options. I don't really understand about this imperfect option. I think Skriniar is a very good option. Presnel Kimpembe on the left side. Now, what do you want? Do you want a right-sided player? Do you want a left-sided player? Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe you're thinking about going to a back four. And maybe you go with someone like Thiago Silva, Kimpembe, or Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, Kimpembe, whatever the case is. Maybe you're thinking about that. But yeah, we definitely need defenders. I think Kimpembe and Skriniar. For me now, if I'm thinking about a back three, because I think Thomas Tuchel is going to continue with a back three, I think Milan Skriniar on the right side does make sense. So Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, Milan Skriniar. Just think about that. Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, Milan Skriniar, Reece James, Chilwell. I think that could be something there. Josko Vardiol, 20 years old, 6'1" LCB, CB. But he's another one, Josko Vardiol. I think his contract expires in 2026. Have a look at this, guys. And I don't think Leipzig wants to sell him anymore. 2026, man. 4 years left. 4 years left. I don't think Leipzig wants to sell. Not now. It's going to be expensive as well. I know he's young, 20 years old, so one that we can use for the future as well. Left-sided player. But that contract of 2026, I don't know. I don't think Leipzig will entertain that at the moment. Leipzig has all the power on that one. Miz, how can you say Chalobah is backup? Did you see that Arsenal game? Have you forgotten last season? As in, are you saying we should sell him? Come on, man. I'm not going to base all my answers just on that Arsenal game and last season. I have said he's made mistakes last season, but he's played good games as well. He's played good games. And we have to understand he's a young player. He's got good attributes that you can make out a good defender out of him. And I'm not going to give up and sell him. I don't think he should be a regular starter. That's why I'm going for Milan Skriniar. Inter Milan asking a lot of money for Skriniar. That's the problem now. Look, man, we're going to have to bend over backwards now. We don't have any power in this transfer market. We're not getting any of our targets. And if we now start penny pinching, we're not going to get anyone. We're going to have to start paying overs for some of these players. I say we do something with Skriniar. If we have to pay overs, let's pay overs, but then let's do something with the Lukaku situation. Let's see if we can squeeze some money out of Inter Milan. Hopefully there's some sort of relationship, because there's rumors that even after this season, we already said to Milan, you can keep Lukaku, and Lukaku wants to stay as well. So that's a bit about that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much what has been going on. At the moment, there's so many players we could go after, but we've been slow. Yeah, look, we're inexperienced at the moment in the market, with no Marina, with no Peter Cech, with no Bruce Buck, and obviously with no Roman. We are very much inexperienced in this market, but hopefully it will get better in the next few windows. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this show. I feel Milan Skriniar should be the next target. We'll see what happens next. Vardiol is an option. Kimpembe is an option. A few people have said Maximilian Kilman, Fofana, so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button before you go. Over 400 people live. Make sure you smash the like button before you go. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for later on tonight, UK time, 8:30, 9 p.m. UK. We shall do a video, a shorter video wrap up of today's transfer news. Until next time, see ya.